Hello there. So I'm back on the Good Enough Mum page, and what I'm going to share today is a little technique to help you cope when things are getting too much. And I was especially thinking of what it's like in the holidays for parents, perhaps when they're stuck indoors. Fortunately, certainly here, the rain has stopped and the sun's come out again. But I know what it can be like when you're stuck indoors with small children. And also for any of you who are watching who don't have small children, that doesn't mean that you don't have things that get on top of you sometimes, perhaps a frustrating day at work or just needing a feeling of needing some time out. So I'm just going to share a little technique for you. And this is called RAIN. That's the acronym, is RAIN. And it stands for 4 different processes. And the first of these processes, obviously the R, is recognise. And that's about recognising what's going on for you at the moment. Because often we don't give ourselves time to stop and really just consider and be mindful of what's happening in our bodies and with our thoughts and feelings at this precise moment. And sometimes it's really good before you actually lose it and explode in rage because you haven't been considering yourself or, go off in a sulk or act in an unpredictable way, or have a bit of road rage, something like that. It's really good just to give yourself a moment or two just to recognise what's going on inside your body. And the next part of the process is to think about allowing or accepting those feelings. Accept is quite a strong word because some feelings we don't want to accept. But in actual fact, if we can just allow them to be there rather than trying to resist them, that actually means that we can just take a non-judgmental view of them and just recognise that in this moment we are feeling particularly het up. And it sort of takes away, not resisting that feeling, just allowing it to be there, creates a little bit of space for you. And this enables you to move on to the next stage, which is called investigate. And this is where you can take a sort of non-judgmental view of your feelings and your thoughts and just think about what's going on for you in them. What story are you telling yourself at the moment? In what way are you looking at the situation and reacting to it in a particular way? Can you just pause for a moment and think about what might be going on for you or perhaps for the other person in this situation? Something I found really helpful today in my meditation was just the thought that perhaps a difficult person who you deal with was once a little child who was picked up and had their and needed comfort for when they grazed their knee. And just that little picture helped me to empathise so much more with a difficult person. And so if you can investigate sort of what's going on for you and what might be contributing to this situation, then that can really help you to take a step away from it and to help you calm down. And finally, there's the N part of RAIN. And the N stands for, and I'm going to be distracted here, non-involvement. And this is where we can stop being fused to our thoughts. So if you're feeling angry, it's very easy to get cross with yourself and to think, oh, I'm just such an angry person. Or if, say, you've failed something, you've maybe failed an exam or something like that, it's so easy to think, well, I've failed, so that means I'm a failure. Well, no, it doesn't mean that actually. You don't want to be attached to those thoughts. You don't want to be involved with that definition of yourself. You know, it's so much better to be able to say, well, I failed this, but that doesn't make me a failure. Or I was angry at this, but that doesn't make me an angry person. And it's possible to separate yourself out from those thoughts and feelings. And that means that you sort of take a bird's eye view of yourself, and it creates much more of an accepting environment for yourself. And it helps you to suffer less in what you're going through at the moment. And it's just a lovely way to help you sort of relax. So if you can remember that, so that's RAIN. So recognise what's going on inside you. Allow or accept those thoughts and feelings that are going on in you at the moment. Investigate what's going on for you in a non-judgmental way. And finally, don't allow yourself be non-involved with those thoughts and feelings. That's just what you're going through in this particular moment. I have written a blog on this that might help you. So if you'd like to look at that, it's at thegoodenoughmum.com/blog. You'll find it there. And if you find this little mindful technique helpful, then please do like and share the video so that other people can see it too. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.